Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on a material that's been a total game changer in the design world, Masonry Quartz-Stone. So if you're even thinking about a renovation, or you're just a little curious about modern materials, you are in exactly the right place. Let's dive in.
Okay, picture this. You're renovating, you're standing in a showroom, or maybe you've been scrolling online for hours. You've got marble, granite, laminate, concrete. The options just keep coming, and it can feel, well, completely overwhelming, right? You just start to wonder, where do I even begin?
You know, there's actually a name for this feeling. We call it the remodeler's dilemma. It's that classic analysis paralysis that kicks in when there are just too many options to choose from. But what if? What if there was one material that could give you that natural beauty you love, but with all the perks of modern engineering to solve most of those headaches?
Well, that material is Quartz-Stone. Now, hold on, because this isn't just another rock that's been cut out of a mountain. It's a breakthrough material, really. It takes the absolute best of what nature has to offer and combines it with some seriously clever technology. So let's break down what that actually means.
Okay, so here's the big difference you need to know. Unlike a slab of granite or marble, quartz countertops aren't just mined from the earth in one giant piece. They're engineered. The best way to think about it is like this. We're taking nature's most amazing ingredients and then perfecting the recipe in a lab to get way better performance.
So what's in that recipe? Well, it's actually pretty simple, but also brilliant. You've got about 90% ground-up natural quartz, and that's one of the hardest minerals on the planet, by the way. Then that's all bound together using super strong polymer resins, and pigments are added for color. This whole manufacturing process, which was originally developed using a technology called Bretonstone, is really the secret sauce that gives quartz all its superpowers.
And speaking of superpowers, let's talk about the why. Why would you actually choose this stuff? What are the real, tangible benefits you're going to get? This right here is the quartz advantage.
First things first, this material is incredibly durable. I mean, it's made mostly of natural quartz, so it's unbelievably resistant to all the stuff that happens in a busy home. We're talking scratches, chips, and cracks. It's really built to handle real life.
Next up, it is an absolute dream for designers. Because it's an engineered product, manufacturers have total control over how it looks. So whether you want a perfectly consistent, uniform pattern or something that beautifully mimics natural stone, you can get it in pretty much any color you can think of. The possibilities are literally endless. And this might just be the biggest selling point for a lot of us. Unlike natural stone, quartz is non-porous. So what does that mean for you? It means you never ever have to seal it. It just naturally resists stains, and get this, it prevents bacteria from sinking in and growing. That is a massive plus, especially for kitchens and bathrooms.
All right, so we get what it is, and we know why it's so great, but where does it actually work in your home? Let's take a look at some of the most common ways people are using it.
I mean, its versatility is just a huge win. Of course, the most popular spots are kitchen countertops and bathroom vanities. That's all thanks to that durability and easy-to-clean factor we just talked about. But it's also amazing for flooring in busy, high-traffic areas, for creating these beautiful, seamless shower surrounds, and you can even use it as a stunning feature on a wall.
Now this brings us to a question that I get asked all the time. It's so tough and durable inside, so can you take that same performance and use it for an outdoor kitchen or a patio?
And the answer is yes, but you have to be careful. See, standard quartz can be damaged by a lot of direct sunlight over time. The UV rays can cause the colors to fade. But the good news is that manufacturers have created specific outdoor-grade quartz that's engineered with UV-resistant resins. So if you're dreaming of an outdoor quartz countertop, just make sure you get the right kind.
Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. You're interested, you're thinking about it for your project. What are the practical things you really need to know before you make a decision?
So, how does quartz really stack up against the other big players? Well, price-wise, it's usually right in the same neighborhood as granite. But performance is where it really pulls ahead. It beats both granite and marble on maintenance because you never have to seal it. And I know that might not sound like a huge deal, but trust me, skipping that annual sealing job can save you a ton of money and time over the years.
So what does it take to actually get this stuff into your house?
Well, it's definitely a precise professional job. It all starts with making a perfect template of your cabinets or your space. Then the slab is custom cut and fabricated. Once it's on site, the area is prepped, the slab gets set in place with a powerful adhesive, any seams are sealed so they're nearly invisible, and then they do the finishing touches.
And that brings up the big question. Can you do this yourself? Look, I get it. DIY can seem like a way to save on labor costs. But quartz is incredibly heavy.
It's tricky to handle, and you need specialized tools to get those perfect, seamless joints. One wrong move can be a really expensive mistake. So this is one of those times where hiring a pro is absolutely the way to go to protect your investment.
And once it's in, how do you take care of it? This is the best part. It's so simple. Always use a cutting board, put down a trivet for hot pots and pans, wipe up spills when they happen, and to clean it, just use simple soap and water. That's it. The main thing to remember is just to avoid any harsh chemicals or gritty abrasive cleaners, and that beautiful surface will look brand new for years.
So there you have it. We've covered what quartz is, all of its advantages, and the practical side of owning it. Let's kind of bring it all home and think about what this really means for your project and ultimately for your choice.
At the end of the day, quartz really offers this powerful combination. It's a smart, practical, and incredibly stylish solution that perfectly bridges that gap between the raw, organic beauty of natural stone and the real demands of our modern, busy lives.
And don't just take my word for it. This right here, this is what it's all about. This is a quote from a real homeowner in Summit, New Jersey. And look at what they say. Beautiful, durable, and easy to clean. That is the trifecta we've been talking about. The proof is right there.
And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. As these engineered materials like quartz get smarter and better at mimicking nature, and you could argue in some ways improving on it, what does authenticity really mean in our homes anymore? Is it the raw, imperfect piece of stone from the earth, or is it the material that actually works best and makes our lives better? It's a great question to ponder. Thanks so much for joining me.